Hello there. Um, so I wanted to come back and do a quick update on my biopsy. If you watched my other video, I was talking about my thyroid nodules and making sure that you're advocating for yourself when you are going to your doctor, or if you're going to the doctor with someone else, making sure you're asking questions and getting the answers that you deserve. And if you're not, making sure you follow up with someone else who will do that for you. So I had my biopsy, and I wanted to give you some insight on what that was like for those who might be looking forward to a biopsy or know someone who's had a biopsy or just curious. So, as I stated before, I have three nodules. One is on the isthmus of my thyroid. Um, and the isthmus, for those who don't know, the thyroid gland sits about right here, and it's shaped like a butterfly. So you have like one wing over here. The body of the butterfly would sit right in front of the trachea, and then you would have the other wing on this side, or in thyroid terms, it's lobes. So I have two, I want to say, in the right lobe, and one sitting right on the isthmus. And because the isthmus is so thin, it doesn't take much to be there and disrupt whatever whatever you may have going on. Again, for me, it would be my voice, sometimes swallowing. Um, Depending on the size, it could be breathing. So, just to give you a little bit of context. And so, the nodule on my isthmus is below 1 centimeter, which is why we hadn't biopsied in the past, because the medical literature does not give a suggestion to do a fine needle biopsy at that size. They're considered small. And the other two, um, I don't think are quite 1 centimeter either. But because that nodule was what's classified as a T4, moderately suspicious, and because of where it sits on the isthmus, the ENT doctor that I went to this time, who was different from my prior ENT, asked me if I would be willing to go ahead and biopsy just for comfort, just to say, well, yes, we checked to make sure nothing was going on, and if something is going on, we'll know that we got to it early because it's still small. And so I was 100% on board because I much rather err on the side of caution than to wait. So we planned the biopsy. And so for the biopsy, when I arrived, she had everything set up and she had a cytologist on standby, and that is the lab pathologist who comes in, takes the samples and looks at them under the microscope to determine what's going on. So when I she got ready to do the biopsy, she explained it to me, and it was guided. So she had her ultrasound machine right in front, and she showed me as she was biopsying what she was doing. She showed me the different nodules and where they were sitting on my thyroid. So what she did is she guided the ultrasound camera, so that she would make sure she's in the right place, and then she went in with the needle into the thyroid in different places, and she did five separate pricks. So before she did numb me. She did a numbing spray on my neck so that it would not be painful. Um, I know my aunt had a had a biopsy some years ago, and she hated it. It was no bueno. She said it hurt like crazy. But my mom had one since then, and so I called my mom and I was like, okay, so tell me what to expect. And she said, well, they'll numb you. You know, she told me they sprayed numbing spray, and she didn't feel anything, so I wasn't concerned about the pain. And I was like, well, if they pretend not to know I'm asking about, then we just won't have an appointment that day. But she did. She was really good. She made sure that I wasn't in pain. But I tell you, the first four, no incidents at all. The fifth one was, I forget what it's called. It was called a cellular something, but she she went deep. she reached and almost snatched my soul on that one, but it didn't hurt. I just felt it. I felt it in my soul. I tell you, I felt it in my soul. Um, I knew it was a little bit different, and it was more like a pinch, um, but a pinch in your throat, a pinch in your windpipe. So it was a little bit different. But once she did, he looked at them under the scope to make sure that they were good specimens, and they were. And then he said he was going to send them off. And then she asked him if he needed to do another one, and he said no. But I'm like, well, I'm here. So she did an extra one for him to send off to the lab, and that was it. I was out of there, and so um, we'll wait and see what comes of it. And it's hot out here, y'all. Oh, it's humid, and the hair is herring. But yep. So I'll let you guys know once I have my results. I'll come back and report, let you know what's going on. Shouldn't take shouldn't take very long. And I have an appointment on next week, so stay tuned. And hopefully next week I'll have some more information for you. All right. All right. Love y'all. Bye bye.